Could it be a case of you wait 4 years to win a title and then 2 come along at once? Could well be. Lerchbacher has the advantage of throwing first. His wibbly wobbly darts. Beaton's unmistakable. Silky smooth throwing action. Yeah, Lerchbacher uses really small points, which causes the darts to wobble.
100.
But what a day for him. His best ever performance in the PDC as Beaton fires in the first of hopefully many 180s in this contest.
140.
And it all started for Zoran today with 2 6-5 wins. He beat Tony Newell and Robert Owen in deciding legs. Then dispatched of Mark Webster in his board final. 6-2. Before another 11-leg victory, this time against Robert Thornton in the last 16. And he then beat Keegan Brown 6-4. Now Beaton lands double top to take the first leg.
That's Steve's ball.
Lerchbacher trying to nick an advantage. The match official was all over it, saw right through it, Zoran. Can't try those tricks. I'm sure it was just a mistake. Beaton was that good in the previous leg that Lerchbacher assumed that he'd thrown first. But Steve Beaton, it started with a 6-5 for him as well. He beat Simon Preston in his opener. More comfortable in wins against Aidan Kirk 6-1 and Andy Bolton 6-2 before seeing off former World Championship finalist Kirk Shepherd 6-1. And then that 6-4 win that we witnessed here on Streamboard 1 against the number 8 seed Ian White. The other semi-final is a repeat of a previous final here in Barnsley, Joe Cullen against Daryl Gurney. So 3 players looking to win their second PDC title of the year, and one in Zoran Lerchbacher looking to win his first ever, already in uncharted territory. Hadn't reached the last 8 before, now finds himself in the semi-finals. Cullen and Gurney looking to double their career tally of PDC titles as well today. Both won on the same weekend. And it would be a nice story, it has to be said, if Joe Cullen went on to take the title. He had to fly home from the European Tour event in Leverkusen last weekend after his dad suffered a heart attack and had to forfeit his game against Menzo Suljovic on the Sunday afternoon in the last 16. Cullen was pleased to say that his dad was over the worst and was able to come and play this weekend, and if he was to go on to win the title, I'm sure it would be an emotional occasion for Joe. But anyway, Daryl Gurney stood in his way.
60.
And then the winner of this match will be stood in the way of the winner of that one. Lerchbacher looking to try and level up, and he's found the treble and the double. Beautiful finish from Zoran Lerchbacher. And he breaks back.
At 66.
Been an interesting weekend of action. Darren Webster winning the title yesterday. Justin Piper booking the last available world match play spot with a run to the semi-finals yesterday. All settled now, apart from where certain players may be seeded.
60.
Well, never in doubt after the first start from Steve Beaton, was it? Second 180 of the match.
140.
Both for the Bronze Adonis. This time, double 12. Can he use the barrel?
60.
He's gone the wrong side, but Lerchbacher is not about to take out 175.
100.
So Steve Beaton now across for double 6. And he pins it, and it's another break of throw. And again, Zoran Lerchbacher fancies throwing first. Well, I know he's not been in a semi-final before, but it's not mugs away, Zoran.
81.
Reminder of all the live darts action coming up on live PDC TV. More Players Championship action here in Barnsley in August. We're filling in a World Series sandwich. And then we'll see the return of the European Tour, the Dutch Darts Masters in Maastricht at the start of September.
100.
And of course, the big one, the World Match Play. Steve Beaton will be there.
97. What? 140.
Good visit from Lerchbacher, looking like another break of throw. We've had 3 on the spin. No one able to hold yet. 6 darts from 146.
46. 133.
Double 10 for Lerchbacher. Just outside, and now Beaton has a chance. He's poised to hold for the first time. Double 8. Could be tricky, that. Just looked to have blocked the bed slightly. Maybe he would have been wise to move across the hockey, because it's allowed his opponent the chance to break once again. But it's a chance that he has not taken. Steve Beaton will take aim at double 8 to really take control of this contest.
Aim shot.
And there it is. First hold of throw and a 2-leg cushion. Lerchbacher hadn't been in a quarter-final before. His best run was the last 16 here in Barnsley back in February, Players Championship 2.
60.
Wasn't able to find any record of a previous meeting between this pair. Lerchbacher has, of course, appeared at the World Championship on a couple of occasions, 2014 and
83.
the 2017 edition. He fires in a max. He did win a game, his prelim game at the World Championship, but lost 3-0 to Robert Thornton,
59.
Alexandra Palace. Steve Beaton, of course, beat Devon Peterson before losing out to James Wade.
98.
Well, wants 64 to just reduce Beaton's advantage to a single leg. But what we all want to know is, will he try and throw first again in the next leg?
Uh, 56.
I think if he wins the leg himself, Beaton will take that
59.
chance away from him, because he can just go and approach the hockey and stop Zoran playing those tricks. He needs double 4 to do it.
Game shot.
And there it is. And look, Steve taking his place at the hockey to make sure Zoran doesn't try and get there first again.
51.
Lerchbacher's previous appearance at Alexandra Palace, he lost in the first round to Michael van Gerwen,
100.
who went on to win the title that year, having seen off Ben Ward in a prelim round. That was the first that we really saw of him. He has played in European Tour events since then. Qualified for 3 last year, has played in a couple this year already, and
82.
has made it to the second round on a few occasions. But there was really no sign of him having the kind of run that he's enjoyed today.
100.
Beaton not on an out. Lerchbacher could
30.
grab himself a break of throw and with it get control of this contest. Double 18 to do so.
Game shot.
It's good. Well, he's not just here to make up the numbers. Could well be on the verge of following a first quarter final and a first semi-final with a first final.
42.
Daryl Gurney and Joe Cullen contesting the other semi-final. Gurney, of course, the best player so far in this year's Players' Championship event.
85.
Sits top of that particular order of merit. Carries on. He'll be seeded number 1 for Minehead in November.
140.
Steve Beaton certainly climbing that list with his recent exploits. Winning Players' Championship 13. Since then, he suffered a first round exit the very next day. He reached the last 32 yesterday.
134.
And he also managed to qualify for the Dutch Darts Masters, beating Wayne Jones in his qualifying match after seeing off Devon Peterson.
115.
Now Lerchbacher with a chance to go ahead for the first time. 19 for double top. Well, it's looking very good indeed for Zoran Lerchbacher. 2 legs away. was Daryl
140.
Gurney that ended Zoran's hopes yesterday. He was beaten 6-4 by Superchin in the second round, having seen off Brian Woods in round 1.
180.
May well be on a collision course to meet Daryl again, but this time in the tournament decider.
57.
Huge payday here for Zoran Lerchbacher.
81.
Even the greatest Austrian player of them all, Menzo Suljovic, has failed to win a Players' Championship title. Who'd have thought that Zoran Lerchbacher would beat him to it? Still got work to do though, because Beaton follows a 180 by landing double 12. And we have a race to 2 on our hands. Well, Zoran's already picked up £3,000 for getting to this stage. He'd double that if he wins this match. And if he goes on and wins the whole tournament,
81.
he trouses 10 grand. There's been some interesting names that have won
40.
Players' Championship events in 2017. It's not been the Michael van Gerwen show. He hasn't played in an awful lot of them, but he's won a couple. Gary Anderson's also managed to win 3, but wins for the likes of Alan Norris, Rob Cross a couple, Gurney and Cullen both still in contention today. Darren Webster yesterday, and not least Steve Beaton. Great darts from that man. Steve Beaton, a 171. Just to get himself back in contention in this leg. Lerchbacher will be on a finish, but it's a huge
60.
one. Is Beaton about to make his move?
133.
Well, 5 out of 6 ain't bad from Steve Beaton, but he might not come back to clean up this 71 because treble 17 would have left the bullseye for Lerchbacher.
137.
This could be the moment. 18 for tops for Steve Beaton to break. What he hoped would be the penultimate leg of this match, and he's done so. And he's now throwing for a place in the final. Well, it's the first time that Zoran's let Steve throw first. Lerchbacher's not going to give up the ghost easily.
140.
140. Outscores Beaton at the first turn.
55.
And the door may be ajar. Well, Lerchbacher's managed to steal the darts here, and we could be heading for a decider. Lerchbacher has played all 11 legs 3 times today. Obviously he's won them all. Wouldn't be here otherwise. Could he do it again? And is he on course
97.
for a fairy tale victory? Would not have even been considered when talking about who might win this weekend when the top boys are in Shanghai and Las Vegas. But he could be about to set up the chance to throw for the match in a decider.
40.
20 for tops. And he lands it. And all smiles from Steve Beaton and Zoran Lerchbacher. The Austrian plumber has the throw. And can he sink Steve Beaton?
83.
Beaton in a position that he's been in many times in a
100.
career spanning 3 decades. Will his experience tell out, or can Lerchbacher, with a lack of battle scars,
140.
use that to his advantage? It's a solid start. It's Gurney or Cullen
100.
in the final. Can Zoran Lerchbacher continue a quite incredible run here in Barnsley? Beaton can't leave a finish now.
36.
So Zoran knows he's got at least half a dozen darts to turn 2-1-8 into 0. Solid stuff from Lerchbacher. Beaton going down for the 19s, but that's a very bad dart. And he can't rescue it.
83.
Lerchbacher has 2 visits to finish off 1-1-8. Treble 20 for double top. It's there, double top. And Zoran Lerchbacher, who had never reached a quarter-final of any professional event before, is now in the final of Players' Championship 16. He knocks out Steve Beaton, winning for the 4th time today in a last leg decider. Lerchbacher, an unlikely name in the final. Can he go all the way? He'll take on Daryl Gurney or Joe Cullen, and we'll have that match coming up soon. For now, tune into Streamboard 2.